story. You can take your projections and you can eat them. You want to send them to me? They're coming back to you. You want this for me? Now you get to experience it. Because it's not staying here. You have a lot of people. You have a lot of energy, souls, consciousnesses, seen, unseen, of this dimension and not, that are connected, that are watching, that are trying so hard to help you guys because you're so powerful and stubborn and strong and smart and wise and conflicted because you love so completely, in spite of all of the contradictions. You still know the truth. You know right from wrong. It's in your bones. So when you stand up for this, it changes everything. So in this situation, because that is very personal level and it's collective, yes, but how it relates in this dynamic, this person here is used to holding back, like they're the dam, and they're holding all that water back, and they're holding all that water back, and they're holding it back, and they're holding it back. And they're paying really, really close attention to one thing. They're waiting for that signal that it's go time. That go time is you standing up for yourself, being sovereign, which you are right now. You're sovereign. Call your energy back to you. Anybody who makes you feel bad, speak over it. All of these projections, rewrite it. That voice in your mind, when you encounter a situation, or, of course it wants you to think it's your own inner voice, where it's, you're in a great mood. You're having a great day. And then some song comes on, or some image or some interaction happens, and now you're overwhelmed with this anxiety, and you know it's not yours. Say so if you need to. Write it out. Repeat it in your mind. Go for a run. Have some time with the punching bag. Get that out of your system physically. Whatever it is you need to do. But by doing those things, you're calling your power back. You're saying you don't get to create with my energy the world that I experience. I create the world I experience with my intention, with my energy, and you don't get to touch. Yeah. The moment that this individual sees that that's something you're doing, that dam of water, of emotion, of knowing, of the truth will break, and they will suddenly know so much. They will feel the truth. I'm not saying they're going to be overwhelmed and just feel like they're drowning. They will just know the truth. And that may be what they're resisting. They think the moment the dam breaks, they're going to be just lost in the deluge of it, getting bounced around, and they'll lose themselves in it. That is not what's going to happen when that dam breaks. They'll be going with the flow. Yeah. And yeah, there's a certain force with like the intensity of that truth. Yes. But it doesn't change the truth within them, which is that they are sovereign and they are seeing that you are too. Which means all of this going on out here begins to shift and change so that they can be in this space with you more often. Because whatever these energies out here are saying and projecting are being turned down and turned down and turned down and turned down. So this will expand while all the stuff around it fades more into the background. It's background noise. This is felt in your body, in your energetic body, yes, but also in your physical form. You may have been going through some healing. You may have been melding a couple of different healing modalities to heal yourself, knowing that you're being guided from moment to moment. And when things start to click, you get so excited. And, yeah, there may be some pain in healing, but you know that healing, kind of like when you have a itch in a wound, a cut. You know it's healing. That's why it itches. This pain is going somewhere where it will actually ease your suffering. Pain that goes somewhere where it's just possibly never going to get better, very different. This pain is a good thing. This change is felt, and it's living in a circle. Like you are living quantum. You know that you're this little drop in the middle, but your drop, just like a stone on water when it would skip over the lake, it sends ripples out from you and affects everything. However remote, your presence, your owning your sovereignty is not a small ripple in this lake. Every strain of DNA is everyone you're connected to. Quantum. That's interdimensional. That's time is an illusion. It's not just, Billy Joe Bob sitting next to you is somehow feeling your vibe. Yeah, Billy Joe Bob may be. Billy Joe Bob may not understand, but Billy Joe Bob may be having a better day and they don't know why. But this is like you connected to you throughout time. You connected to Billy Joe Bob throughout time. Maybe in 10 lifetimes from now, Billy Joe Bob would understand what's going on right now. Right now, Billy Joe Bob may not be there. I think it's funny that it's Billy Joe Bob. Laughter is an incredibly powerful healing technique to do with yourself and with those around you, especially preceding any kind of negative. Because what you're doing is you're going, yeah, that was really not that great. So you sandwich it with laughter, with levity, lightening the mood. So your brain, our hardware, has the positive neural pathway reinforced twice, freeing us from the negative in the middle so we don't have to revisit the negative in the middle again. Meaning we're not going to have that same sandwich ever again. So you are positively reinforcing the positive view more often. You are literally reprogramming your own mind. Consciously, you choosing. Not advertisement, not TV, not music, not anything doing it for you passively. You're choosing it. They say that knowledge is power. But when knowledge is an empowering, not just powerful, empowering, it empowers. It empowers you, it empowers those around you. It has an impact. Freedom, liberation, being able to be in a state of peace regardless of what's going on around you is more attainable. Whether you're overwhelmed for a moment or you're sad or you're angry, you're still at peace. You know who you are. You know because you're consistently present with yourself. And then when you're happy, man, you're really happy. But you're still at peace. You still know who you are. You're grounded in your truth. Someone needed to hear that. Is there anything else that you would like to come through for the collective divine? Anything? You want some angel cards? Okay. Angel and power animal. I'm not sure where that deck ended up. I just kind of reorganized things a little bit, and now they're a little different now. There it is. Okay, I got it. Okay. Oop. So, angels were first. We're doing archangels. Okay. And then I'll bring this reading to a close. All right. So, which archangels would like the collective to know that they're working with them right now, if this is their message? That was, ooh, whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, first of all, I want to show you the back of this card. Like, wow, right? Can you say empowered? We have clairaudience, Archangel Zadkiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Notice, empower it, acknowledge it, be grateful for it, because you're positively reinforcing it. And that's the positive stuff. The negative, it's just validating. Zadkiel is validating that you don't need to be reinforcing the negative. Speak over it and then positively reinforce the positive. There's a lot of purple in there. Also, this reminds me of like those older buildings. They're torches, yes, but like sometimes those light effects that'll be around any really high peaked towers, like whether they're wood or metal, whatever it may be, there's like little lights around that. It's really pretty when you see it. I don't remember the exact name of the effect, but there is a scientific explanation for it. And then we have Archangel Uriel, claircognizant. Ooh. Pay attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. If you are in a situation where you're not really sure, because you know that sometimes people, they're not perfect. Sometimes they're crabby. And they can be crabby telepathically just as much as they can be crabby in person. So if you're not sure if this is something that needs to be turned down because it really means you harm, or it's just someone you're connected to that's a little grumpy, you can ask for a synchronicity, a sign, a validation. So when you have these thoughts or these ideas, or you make connections, or you see an angel number, it's okay to ask for that. And this is basically this card. You guys see that? This is pretty much like the ground of this deck. So pay attention to your thoughts and ideas. It's what you think and what you feel is that I amness, is that the divine's answer in this conversation to, like, one of the glorious manifestations was that the divine is the self, seated in the heart of all beings. So this divine is with you always. The divine is always there with you, and this is just reinforcing that, maybe the divine is actually talking to you through what you think and what you feel. And know that it's positive, it's elevated, it's balanced with the rainbow here, and you have that light, and there's mathematical equations here with the sphere, getting like the flower of life. You stand atop that mountain, gold, very, it's choice, empowered, like emperor energy. Okay. What exactly would Archangel Zadkiel and Uriel like us to know in specific? Let's get like a couple cards here for them here. Okay, that one. Oh. Okay, well, we're going to cover that. Okay, all right. So, romance. This is very like Greco-Roman style, kind of like marble statue kind of a thing. So, yes. Now, in this image, I do want to highlight that the feminine form here does not have wings. That can be a specific synchronicity where maybe you feel like the feminine in the dynamic, you or them, that they're not the first one to awake. And that the masculine is actually waking the feminine, helping her elevate, because he does have wings. It can simply also be about being receptive to actually allowing yourself to grow and change in a positive way. Allowing yourself to be okay with growing, because you're choosing a path that you know will do so. It's like you have this gift or this mission or this project, or maybe you're gifted in the arts, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a singer. Whatever it may be, you leave little pieces of light behind you wherever you go. This spiritual growth, there's an elevation, there's a very strong connection to the divine here, and there's little feathers that are left behind you wherever you go. And it's like the mountain is also present here. You're the light in the darkness for a lot of people. Oh, that scripture. I'm probably going to get the beginning wrong. Something like, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, because of that connection. And, spoken earlier, you have allies in heaven and hell. So you want to try crossing these boundaries, you want to try taking what does not belong to you, then you're bringing attention of the divine directly to you. And that may be why you're the light in the darkness. You may be that flame, because in that moment, the divine can get involved. The divine can bring some of these souls back to light because they decided to mess around and they're finding out. But that is between the divine and them. You walk through your life, you leave these little pieces of these little feathers, white feathers. You may encounter white feathers. It's a validation, or just like see them. Maybe not necessarily like actually be outside and find one. Wherever you may have a visual of that, that's a possible synchronicity, that whatever it is that you are getting, in your thoughts, the ideas that you're having, that they're right on track. They're right on point. And believe me, and I'm sure many of you know, when you're feeling like you're the light in the darkness, and the darkness is like very, not necessarily, obviously, not necessarily the kindest thing to experience, there is a lot of faith, and you're not always going to be the happiest. You're not always going to understand. You're not always going to be able to process in a way that's like, oh, light and love, and everything's fine, and I'm never going to defend myself. No, it's not always going to be like that. Sometimes you're going to want to pick up that sword of truth and cut some ties from things that want to attach to you. But you know that you're doing that when it is divine timing. You have possibly been capable of, kicking some serious booty for quite some time. It's just you have been waiting for the green light. Is it time? No. Is it time? No. Is it time now? No. And then suddenly, this is where that sovereignty comes in. You get the green light to start actually calling back your power, your energy, and it comes. Because it's co-created. It's not just you wanting it to come back. It's the divine going, it is time. All right, and then we'll grab a couple of power animals here and then bring the reading to a close. Okay, so we have the horse. Friendship, wisdom, and strength. Horses, when they are used as therapy pets, with like children with developmental disabilities, or they deal with a lot of pain. I'm getting like those classes or those camps kind of a deal. I myself owned a horse growing up, and they're very powerful, majestic beings, and they're far more in tune with your body language and your energy than even you realize. They're wise teachers in that. They're so tuned into the subtlety. And they challenge you to tune into what it is that they're expressing from every movement, how they breathe, every hoof stomp, every flick of their tail. It's all communication. What I'm getting clearly for you guys here with the power animal, the horse, and this may be for some of you in the collective, not everybody. And then we have the peacock, so it's definitely about protection. Definitely about protection. In this dynamic here, so much is actually communicated through so little. Others won't catch it, but the two of you will know. Number synchronicity 1144. The subtlety is powerful. If you're present and attuned, like you're stepping into using that magnifying glass like they are. Use the magnifying glass too. If you're using it, know that they're beginning to contemplate how to do that too. They're developing how to do that too. So they may feel like they've already communicated that everything's fine and they know what's going on, but all the energies don't that are going on around them, and it's just one great big nobody knows what's going on, but the two of you do. Notice my voice there? They don't want me talking. And they is those that need to be tuned down. Totem guardianship. Look at that. How did this reading begin, guys? 3 energies. The sandwich. Positive, healing. Energy supporting you, and melding into a powerful you. Those that are around your energy that you're having to tune down, they're not aware of those energies. But you're beginning to become aware of their presence. It's subtle, but it's growing. Your awareness, your dialogue, your familiarity is growing. Eagle. I also have like the Eye of Ra. Seeing. Grounded. Balance of light and dark. Ancestors. So you know what power animals typically are present in your life that have been with you, and sometimes they come and they go, but there's a couple that stay with you for life. If you're familiar with this and this is comfortable for you to work with. They're kin. They're animal family. They're part of you. They're always there, always with you. Grab one more here. You are protected. And then we have Raven. It's like looks like dipping the quill in some kind of ink or medicine. Knowledge of writing the story, the magic that's even within the ink. And the feather. It kind of looks like a pie to me, too. It's interesting. Just with like that ripple around the edge. Creation, magic, and illumination. The story that they highlight here, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but it's the Hadai and Legend. I'll just zoom that in real quick for you guys. You could probably check that out a little bit, but there's just a little bit here. Somebody needs to read this. Needs to see it and read it. I could read it to you, but someone needs to actually see it and read it. It's like our brains process it different when we're listening versus reading it, versus writing it. That kind of a deal. So you have a lot of energies that have come in to let you know you're not alone in this. We have, Archangel Zadkiel and Uriel here. And really, with that image being on the back of this deck, you guys have a lot of allies in heaven, which lets you know that you also have a lot of allies, that heaven and hell, like, so mess around, find out kind of a deal. Those that are messing in your energy, they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. You are so far from alone in this. In the physical, you may be in hermit mode because you're listening to subtleties. You're learning to detect every little vibration. You're learning to be aware of every little thing. You're empowering yourself because of that. Knowledge is power. The more that you're aware of that is going on in the subtle, the more you can see the bigger picture. The micro does not somehow become less valid because the macro. They're in a constant dance. Like those 3 individuals with the flag. They were very important. They changed everything for so many lives. But there was only like 2 or 3 of them. The micro matters. You, one individual, choosing to live an authentic life, to know yourself fully, matters. And this is the divine moving the world for you. This is the divine saying, you love me so much. Every choice, you choose love, you choose me. Let me love you back. Let me show you how loved you are. And above and below. Like, I'm getting a little emotional here. And I can't ignore this. I can't. We have a lion. Courage, strength, healing, protection, life energy. While I was talking about all of that, this was on the top of the deck, sitting in my left hand. This is what's being received. Courage, strength, healing, protection, life energy. You have come full circle. You are that pinnacle. You are sovereign. And all of this is coming into your life amplified. So those energies that you tune down, they're a footnote. They're an asterisk. And maybe even, they're not even going to be mentioned. But today, they needed to be spoken over. Because all of that beauty came through. Doesn't matter what they want for you. It's what do you want for you. Focus there. Speak over that. Tell them they don't get to write your story because you're writing it. They don't get to do anything without your permission. Conscious, informed permission. Informed consent is not a small thing in our culture, in our world. Why would it be any different in the spiritual? And that will be the reading for today. This may be released in parts. So this is very loaded. Every single thing in this reading moved me. I am so grateful. Thank you guys for co-creating this reading with me. Thank you. The divine within me, the love within me, sees and honors the divine, the love within you. Namaste.